Welcome all of you. So today's topic is about companion diagnostics. So we heard so many, different terminologies, and as in some of the videos, we talk about lots of about the clinical evaluations, investigations, and each and every terminologies like clinical investigation, clinical evaluations have the two subunits like plans and reports. Clinical investigation plans and report, clinical evaluation plan and report, and clinical investigation plan and reports, and clinical performance plans and report, like this. So each and everything, because everything, like before you going to function you need to plan. So always there is a one document about the plannings, and then one documents after actions, whatever the result you have extracted, you need to give that. But today's topic is completely different. We talk about the companion diagnostics. As its name suggests, companion means something which is accompany you. So in general, and diagnostics, something which diagnose. So here when we talk about in terms of like in domain of medical devices, something which help any clinicians or medical or healthcare professionals to diagnose anything to that patients, and they can decide what kind of therapies can be useful to them. So what is companion diagnosis? The companion diagnosis are the medical devices. Basically those medical devices are the kind of test, and even you know that IVD devices, in vitro diagnostic devices. So in vitro diagnostic devices is a medical devices, but that medical device perform the testings of the medical condition to that patient. It's not always 100% accurate. In some of the cases it is 100% accurate, and some of the cases maybe some error is possible, and apart from that these are just preliminary analysis, and then we need to go for the confirmatory analysis, a confirmatory sample analysis, which is done by the blood or maybe any other body fluid. So companion diagnostics helps any healthcare professionals or clinicians to detect or to understand which particular biological product is maybe suitable for the treatment for that particular patient. So companion diagnosis, that is what the name suggested, and this companion diagnosis helps in that way. So suppose some of the patients comes and it's having the fevers and shiverings, everything, especially during the monsoon seasons in the developing countries. As we know, in developing countries the mosquito is one of the major problems. So then clinicians with their experience, they very well know it's may possible the shiverings and fever, it means it's may possible some kind of the mosquito related disease. So there are already various IVD devices, like especially in the remote areas where we not able to perform the blood test. Suppose in that case, which have the malaria or maybe any mosquito related IVD devices, they put that blood sample, and then they see and they confirm. If they find that if the patient is infected with such mosquito related disease, then they further go for the blood analysis and all. So it just to help, I'm giving this example. It's maybe related with some other device also. Another example I'm giving you, the pregnancies. So pregnancy, we know the pregnancy is also get confirmed by the body fluid sample analysis or the blood sample analysis, where they just analyze HCG levels. But before getting into the blood sample analysis, the family have performed the test with these IVD devices, which is in the market, which is the pregnancy IVD devices. Now in the pregnancy IVD devices, they put the urine sample and they see the band. If the band is formed and they understood, okay, there is a pregnancy, there is a chances of the pregnancy, so they go further for the blood sample analysis. They are not rely on the IVD devices, but the IVD devices helps whether they need to go for that analysis or not. So in that way. And another drawback in the kind of diagnosis, like they are more like qualitative analysis. It's not a quantitative analysis. In some of the cases, with some another help of some another medical device and equipment, it can be the quantitative also. But again, those are those are just approximate quantifications. So in majority of cases, these IVD based or diagnostic devices are more like quality based analysis. Like quality based analysis means yes or no based analysis, but how much infection has been done, that kind, these things cannot be analyzed, because we cannot analyze the number of antibodies or antigens in that just in our devices. But its approximations can also be done with the help of some other devices, where we put these IVD devices in some kind of in some kind of optic instrument which detect the intensity of the emitted light, and according to that intensity they can give the rough idea about the amount of antigen antibody present. Then it gives you rough idea about the severity of that particular devices. But it's not possible with each and every medical conditions or symptoms, but for the few things, for the few medical conditions and symptoms, it is definitely possible. So the companion devices, I'm summarizing, the companion devices are those devices which helps to decide any clinicians or physicians or healthcare professional to decide whether which particular treatment can be suitable for that particular patients with the use of that any kind of particular biological products. So it's helping in that way only. So companion diagnostic devices are these devices only. So that's it for the devices. If you need a more elaborate discussions on these, if you need to see various examples on these, then just DM me. I will elaborate it in some other videos. So till then, bye, take care. We will meet some another topic, some another video. Bye.